what I just witnessed was horrific. I saw a tribe in the middle of the night, just sleeping all peacefully, get attacked. They killed women and children and men without any like recognition or sympathy, considering that they were defenseless and that there was no way that they could have fought back because they were all asleep. This was just a low blow, and it's gonna take me some time to get over seeing all those Native American babies getting slaughtered like baby lambs. That's all I gotta say.
Blood stood in pools on all sides. The walls of the huts were stained in the grass-colored red. Lying around were dead bodies of both sexes and all ages, from old man to the infant and at the breast. Some had their heads split in twain by axes, others beaten into jelly with clubs, others pierced or cut into pieces with bowie knives. Some struck down as they mirrored, others had almost reached the water when overtaken and butchered.
What are you doing? Don't cut down my tree! What are you... Stop!
How did you feel when the settlers came into your land, claiming it as their own?
We welcomed them with open arms and were betrayed by their men and soldiers. They repaid us by killing our people, blowing everything up, and polluting all of our water.
How did the settlers coming into your land affect your way of life?
They used mining techniques to find gold with mercury, which poisoned the water, killing our fish and our people. They blew up mountainsides, scaring away all of our animals. We were left with nothing.
How did you manage to find food amidst all of the destruction?
We were forced to raid white camps trying to find some source of food. Otherwise, we would have starved to death.
Did you ever try to defend yourselves to the court against the settlers?
We tried what we could, but nothing seemed to work. In 1850, the Act of Government and Protection of Indians was passed by the California State Legislature. What this document said was that Indians did not have the right to testify in court. They set aside millions of dollars to pay for militia operations against us. There wasn't anything we could do at that point.
Why do you think the settlers were so brutal towards all of the Indians?
Well, you see, gold is a devilish sort of thing. You lose your sense of values and your character changes entirely. Your soul stops being the same as it was before. They let the idea of money and gold consume them, without realizing the horrible atrocities around them. They were willing to murder and torture us for money.
Indian Island was the scene of one of the most notorious massacres in California history. At least 60 and perhaps more than 200 women, children, and elders of the Wyote tribe were slaughtered with axes and knives by 6 white men, known to be the landowners and businessmen.
60% of the natives were killed 22 years after 1848. 4,000 native children were sold into slavery. Indian scalps were sold for 25 cents, which shows how eager people were to scalp the Indians for a profit. It also shows how little the settlers valued the lives of the Indians. $1 million were given out to the government for the Indian scalps. By the time the gold rush ended, 4,000 scalps had been collected and sold.